I work with thousands of salespeople every single year. And as a result, I get a bird's eye view of what's really going on out there in today's marketplace. And what I see is that most salespeople are making the same mistakes over and over and over again. But they don't know it. Because if you think about it, if you knew you were making a particular mistake, wouldn't you stop? The challenge is that most people don't know they're actually making one of these really critical mistakes. But these mistakes are truly killing sales. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 crushing mistakes most salespeople are making, and most importantly, how to avoid them. Check it out. Number 1, selling like everyone else. Just imagine that you wanted to learn a sport. Let's say golf. How would you start? How would you go about actually learning to play the game of golf? Well, of course, you would hire an expert. You would hire someone to coach you who knows exactly the right way to play golf. And so that way you cut out all of those painful years of learning the hard way. Now let me ask you a question. How did you learn to sell? Chances are someone else taught you. But the problem is that it's unlikely that the person that taught you was a true sales expert. Maybe they were better than the average, or maybe they were even really good. But the likelihood that you learn from someone who is using a proven approach to selling is unlikely. That person probably was not an expert. And as a result, a lot of the approaches that we see most salespeople using are less than most effective. And what's even worse is that most people are using the same ineffective approaches over and over and over again. And this is causing salespeople to lose out on huge, huge amounts of sales. So what I challenge you to do is to think about how can you use an approach that is proven to work. Whether it's using my approach or someone else's approach, make sure that it is proven to work and then follow it. Don't think, don't create, just follow a proven system. Number 2, making up questions as they go. Now, here's the thing about sales, is that at this point, most salespeople understand that they should be asking questions. But the challenge is that not all questions are created equal. And to some degree, most salespeople are winging it as they're coming up with the questions to ask prospects. But when you ask a question that's really product focused, or let's say closed-ended, and is basically sounds something like, would you like the product in blue or red? That's a useless prospecting question. Instead, we want to get prospects to open up to us. We want to get prospects to really talk and tell us what are those key challenges that are going on in their world, and ultimately how we can really help them. So we need to go in with a clear script of exactly what we're going to ask. What I challenge most salespeople to do is to come up with a specific script or structure of 7 to 10 questions that you will ask every single time you're in front of a prospect. By doing that, by thinking about it up front and even just having some notes on a notepad or a piece of paper, you are going to be way more effective. And to take that even further, by taking those questions from a proven systematic approach, you're only going to dramatically increase the likelihood that you're going to close that sale. Number 3, sporadic prospecting. Let me ask you a question. How many calls do you have to make in order to hit your annual sales goal? Do you know the answer to that question? Very few salespeople actually know the answer to that question. And by the way, it's not a trick question. It's just understanding what you need to be doing on a daily, weekly, monthly, and ultimately annual basis in order to hit your sales goal. The challenge that I see is that most salespeople fall into what I call the consultant cycle. So you take a consultant, and by the way, this applies to anyone, but if you take a consultant, for example, and I've worked with many consultants in the past, what I see is that they go out and sell, and as a result of those sales, what happens? they get busy. And this happens again to most salespeople. So because you get busy trying to produce or even just fulfill orders, as a result, what falls by the wayside? Prospecting. And so as a result, the sales led to getting busy, which led to no more prospecting, which when those sales ultimately were done, we had nothing in our pipeline. This is the problem with sporadic prospecting. Instead, what I challenge you to do is get very clear on what you must do every single day. Get clear on how many calls do you have to make? How many introductions or referrals do you have to ask for? How many meetings do you have to set? How many customers should you be speaking to on a regular basis? All of those answers are going to give you so much more clarity, so that way you know at the end of the month or year that you are on track to hit your sales goal. So there are 3 crushing mistakes most salespeople make. Have you ever made one of these mistakes before? I want to hear from you. If so, what was the result? Be sure to share below in the comments section, and I'll be sure to respond to every comment that I can get to. And if you enjoyed this video, then I have an incredible free ebook on 25 tips to crush your sales goal. It's this ebook, it's unbelievable. All you have to do is just click right here to get it instantly. Seriously, it's an amazing book and it's free. Just click right here to get it instantly. Also, if you got some value from this video, please like this video below on YouTube because that really helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking right here to get access to a new video just like this one each week. And lastly, if you got just one useful idea from this video, please share it with a friend or two. A great idea is the best gift you can give someone. Until next week.